See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
So to start up this matchup, the Knicks once again got off to a slow start, something that has been plaguing us this whole season. Josh Hart uncharacteristically had 3 turnovers in the first quarter alone, which resulted in the Pacers being up 16-9 midway through the first quarter. And the Pacers, being a team that loves to capitalize off of turnovers, scoring in transition, which is their bread and butter, got off to a great head start, being up 16-9. So the Knicks, unlike Game 4, had inserted Miles McBride into the starting lineup. With him and Dante being on the floor, gives the Knicks the options to having more scorers and having more guys to pose a threat on Haliburton, as they're going to pick on him right here with this double screen. Hartenstein and McBride is screening right here. And double screens like this is going to make it very difficult for Nesmith to go around and catch up to Brunson. But at the same time, the Pacers have been predictable all series, as Tyrese consistently just stunts and he's supposed to recover. But the fact that this is a double screen, that recovery still makes it difficult for Nesmith to still chase Brunson over the top. It doesn't change that scenario for him, because normally right here, it would make more sense to switch. As you can see, Nesmith, you see, much more difficult, has to run into that second screen. And now look at the gap. Look at the distance between Brunson and Nesmith. So the Knicks starting off setting up screens real high. And now with McBride out here, Tyrese stunting in, you're going to have him as a scoring option to take more shots instead of having Precious right there on that slot. As right here, we're going to see perfectly why having McBride on the floor is important. Nesmith is in a position to get in front of this screen right here. We all know Haliburton has been very predictable this whole series. His job is to get here, stop Brunson while Nesmith recovers. But Brunson is actually going to set them up off the spin and make his way down to the baseline. Brunson usually does that. He either sets you up to go into the screen or he sets you up to cross over it and reject the screen. Very good at that. But Brunson has all the makings of a star. And now without Precious being on the floor, now we have shooters. Shout out to McBride. He's been stepping up and he is a product of the Knicks development, and it shows. We've seen doses of it in the last series, him making big shots, especially in Game 5. And now in Game 5 against the Pacers, we're seeing the same thing. So again, we're seeing the importance of the Knicks setting screens up top, giving Brunson plenty of breathing room, as one was set right there. Once again, Hartenstein sets a second one, and it gives Brunson the ability to go downhill and finish. Once again, it's important with these screens. We're seeing where they're coming from. Hartenstein from way up top and just misses Nesmith a little bit. Didn't quite get him. Gonna set a second one right here. Plants him right there. Nice little pin down right there. But, you know, of course, Nesmith, his job is to recover. Miles Turner does a good job, according to the Pacers game plan, of just being in Brunson's way as Nesmith recovers. But Brunson, man, just taking advantage of this team not really having good rim protection. He's been finishing in the paint on this team as if he's a power forward. So with the Knicks giving Nesmith issues with the double screen early on, we're going to see the Pacers actually stick him on Dante and use him as a low man. Now Brunson is still continuing to pick at Haliburton by calling for McBride to set these screens from way up top. As that's the first missed one. See, he's trying to set him up. Brunson does a good job right here, faking as if he's going to accept that screen and then crossing over to the left. And now we see Nesmith serving as the low man to protect the rim, and Dante being available as an option. But defending Brunson at this point for Nesmith is real difficult, because at the end of the day, we all know Tyrese is just getting in Brunson's way, and he's supposed to always recover back to McBride. This is where it makes it difficult for Nembhard to really guard Brunson, not only because he can cook you from the inside, is that you kind of almost serving as a mask for Tyrese Haliburton not to really get exposed. But look at Tyrese, no matter what he does, he just has to get in Brunson's way and recover. See? And Brunson's able to take advantage of that. See, because no matter what, he's always trying to stick onto McBride. So it really makes it much more difficult for Nembhard to actually defend, or any other perimeter defender like Nesmith. And this is where the Pacers coach Rick Carlisle is really going to have to hold Tyrese's feet to the fire, especially if he wants to be the star. Because in this series, his lack of defensive responsibility has really made this team predictable and has given Tom Thibodeau quite an advantage when maneuvering the pieces around this chessboard. So now Brunson right here gets the pass, and the Knicks toss in a double screen, McBride and Hartenstein. And from the way Nesmith was playing it before, he would have to chase Brunson around both of these screens. But now this is TJ McConnell. He doesn't necessarily have the athleticism nor the strength to get through both of these screens like Nesmith. So we're going to see what move Tyrese does here to show you how much they're trying to hide this guy defensively. See right here, he hedges, but normally this shouldn't be the play for him. He should be picking up Brunson right here. As we're going to see the confusion. You see he hedges. Now he's supposed to recover right back to McBride. Now look who has to pick up Brunson while he's going downhill. The unathletic, really, TJ McConnell. See? Now Brunson's going downhill, and once again, this team does not have any rim protection. They got Brunson really out here scoring like he's Amari Stoudemire in the paint. Again, we're going to see McBride set some screens up top. Look at Tyrese once again. He's going to hedge, but he's going to recover also. Look at him on the recovery. It's kind of crazy that they're going through all these lengths to protect Tyrese from defending Brunson. You might as well switch at this point. But now it's going to be Turner's job to stick on Brunson as he goes downhill. And look at TJ McConnell. He does not have the length or size to be chasing behind Brunson like that, or the athleticism, or the speed. But as you can see, Tyrese right here, recovering right back to McBride. And McBride really is the guy who off ball possibly could catch Tyrese lacking with backdoor cuts or just going off of flare screens to get 3-point shots off. And here's a prime example of some of that off ball movement. Check out Tyrese. He's caught. Nice finish by McBride. Woo. Love to see Deuce on the loose. Again, we're getting some more McBride screens right here. Look at Tyrese. He's hedging. And look at TJ McConnell. He got to go all the way around. This is all because of Tyrese right here. And Brunson still finishes in the paint. Where's the rim protection by Miles Turner? I knew when I seen the fact that he only had 2 rebounds in game 1, something was up. So with the hedge and recover role that Tyrese plays right here, when you don't have any rim protection, it becomes real difficult. As right here, we're going to see Tyrese try to recover. He's pointing, telling guys where to be at. But Josh Hart kind of plays like a forward, a guy who could attack the rim. As we see right here, Obi Toppin, a guy who normally doesn't even rebound. And a young guard in Shepherd is really left over to protect the rim as the low man. See? Man, John Starks is hype, boy. Yeah, I feel like John Starks has been in this whole series. Shout out to Jay Starks. I know he has a Henny tucked in that popcorn, the way he's been turned up. With the Pacers playing hedge and recover with Tyrese Halliburton, the Knicks right here going to make them pay on the rotations. Now off of the Brunson double team, we're going to see multiple players get to eat as McBride is going to have an open bucket taking advantage of the Pacers rotations. Again, right here, we're going to see the adjustments from Thibs. Look at the double screen on Nesmith. 2 screens. He has to go around all of this on a team that really doesn't have rim protection like that. And great finish, man, right here. Brunson hits him with the Dirk. So we're going to see some more drag screens. Shout out to Precious right here. Look at Obi stunting in a little bit too much. It's so obvious. Now he's going to ghost this. Brunson finds him, and it creates more offense. As Burks in the past few games has been hitting double digits, definitely coming through for Bojan in these playoffs. Brunson just cooking in the paint. I mean, look at all these moves. Dealing with all these herky-jerky moves from Brunson and also Hartenstein, which is someone the Knicks are really going to have to give a contract in the offseason because a lot of the Brunson success comes from him being in sync with Hartenstein. And as we'll see right here, look at all the spacing now that all those possible screens from Hartenstein created. It's caused all of Nesmith's momentum to be going forward, and Brunson's going to take advantage of that. See, now he's got him going backwards, and once again, he's finishing in the paint like he's the forthcoming of Patrick Ewing right now. And right here, we're going to see Hartenstein, the threat of him coming up to Nesmith and just using him as a screen, Brunson's going to use that threat and just completely rejects it. And he's looking like Jalen Ewing right now. Just the way he's killing it from the paint. Now, without Nesmith on the floor, we still see the high ball screens get set. And just look at the way Brunson just... Whew. Brunson definitely cooking with the spatula right now. Now, as the Pacers have no answer for Brunson, they put pressure on him right away in the backcourt. And Brunson will make him pay for this. Is right here. He rejects the screen, set him up with the crossover, and the nice finish. Ooh. God damn. And you can only imagine if Bojan was on the floor. Look at the perimeter defenders they have to exploit. The Knicks right here continue to exploit the defense of the Pacers, as a threat of Precious on the roll brings Miles Turner down low with him. And now, one-on-one, Brunson is on the island with Nembhard. And check out Tyrese, as he's hedging but never fully commits. Same thing would be for Obi Toppin. But neither Josh Hart or Miles McBride are really three-point threats like that. So this is interesting. And the fact that the Knicks kept running these double drag screens from way up top, now they got Nesmith guarding Dante, because it has not been working. But Brunson on the island just completely cooks Nembhard. Rick Carlisle at this point has not worked out an answer when dealing with this counterpunch. The Knicks have approached the Pacers to Nesmith guarding Brunson. So a few possessions later, the Pacers begin to work out a different plan, as we see Nesmith blitz Brunson right here. But the Knicks are going to attack some of that weak interior defense that they got. Man, Miles Turner can't get a block to save his fucking life at this point. He does not stretch the floor enough to be a guy out there not having any blocks starting at center. Brunson right here does a good job of exploiting Tyrese. We all know he's going to hedge. It's like a guarantee at this point. It's just so predictable. And Brunson takes advantage of it. And shout out to McBride. Stepping up, boy. Deuce on the loose. A few possessions later, Tyrese hedges. And then Brunson takes full advantage of him being so predictable. Man, what can you do right there, boy? Easy money. Brunson one-on-one with Nesmith. And situations like this throughout this whole series has made Rick Carlisle look real suspect when it comes to his coaching. Tyrese does not even stunt. Miles Turner is a poor rim protector, so that stunt should have been coming regardless. And Josh Hart is not a crazy three-point shooter where Halliburton just shows him so much respect like that. The Pacers are hiding him so bad that it's hurting their overall defense. A lot of teams throughout the league have faced this sort of problem where they have to ask themselves, even though their star is scoring a bunch of points or just has so much potential, can they really be successful with this guy being in the driver's seat of this franchise? The Atlanta Hawks are asking themselves that question. The Washington Wizards asked themselves that question when they had Bradley Beal. Oklahoma City faced the same conundrum with Westbrook. It's plays like this where you really see if the franchise guy is really worth it. How far can you really go? And with Tyrese being passive this whole game, only taking 9 shots, and his real player archetype is being a setup man, the Pacers are going to have a tough re-examination of how they're going to kind of orchestrate this roster around Tyrese, or get another guy where he can set that man up to be the finisher. But this is just not a Pacer issue. It's a league-wide issue. A lot of it has to do with the league trying to market certain players as being figureheads when their impact on the court doesn't really show it. But in various spots throughout this series, the Pacers' defense has been very questionable. So taking a look at some of the Knicks' second half offense, when Brunson comes off these screens, these hedges right here, the Pacers are going to pay. Because guys like Dante, once they attack these closeouts, especially on any side where Tyrese Halliburton is, it just exposes them. See, like off the dribble right here, off this penetration on the closeout, Nembhard is completely behind Dante. Now let's take a look at the defense that Tyrese plays on him. He plays almost a stunt in defense, and your man is completely beat at this point. You see, notice how Nembhard switches, but Tyrese is late on his switch. He should have been in front of Dante. Now Turner would have to step up. And again, it's only so far the Pacers could hide Tyrese on the defensive end. Knicks once again exploiting Tyrese, trying to set him up. We all know he's going to hedge, and they're going to pay for this double right here. It's great screen from Hartenstein on Miles Turner, just getting in the way. And Deuce is able to get loose. But once again, this is really created from Tyrese being so predictable on the hedge. Brunson right here is killing the Pacers in a multitude of ways. Right now, he's going to attack the threat of McBride possibly setting up this screen. He's really going to attack the positioning of Nesmith as he tries to cut off the baseline, as he expects Tyrese to hedge the other side, forcing Brunson to give the ball up to McBride. But now McBride splits. See, Tyrese originally supposed to be cutting off his lane from attacking it on the right side. Look at the position of Nesmith right now. So the threat of that screen is what Brunson now is attacking. We all know Tyrese is going to recover back to McBride, as if McBride's fucking Reggie Miller out here. These guys are way too predictable, and Brunson just cooks. Brunson all day long playing Patrick Ewing basketball in the paint. Look at Tyrese stunting. He's not going to fully commit, and Brunson makes light work of it. So with the Pacers bench unit now on the floor, we see Shepherd show Brunson a blitz, and Brunson perfectly hits Precious operating out of the short roll, and he easily finds Burks for the three. Brunson right now is tearing up this Pacers team. No matter what they show him, he hits them off with a perfect reaction. If they show hedge, he has their defense rotating. Guys like Dante, McBride, and Josh Hart are doing a great job attacking those closeouts. If the Pacers blitz, the same guys, including Burks, are knocking down shots. Same thing for McBride, knocking down those threes on those blitzes. And finally, if they leave him one-on-one, he's finishing in the paint at a high level. Sometimes even splitting the hedges and making light work of it. Sometimes even splitting the hedges or even attacking on the threat of a screen. Shit, I mean, Brunson just playing chess with these guys at this point. Pacers at this point don't know what to do. They leave him one-on-one with Nesmith. TJ hedges a little bit, but Brunson hits him off with the Patrick Ewing. Just complete dominance in the paint. But the Knicks having a well-balanced offense in the second half, the Pacers have no choice but to leave Nesmith one-on-one with Brunson. Everybody's kind of scoring. Burks is coming through. McBride had a couple of shots. Josh Hart is doing his thing. So everything right now is balanced, and it seems like the hedges, the blitzes, they slow down on it a little bit, but Brunson just does them dirty right here. He got the Knicks cleaning crew in the baseline questioning themselves if they forgot a wet spot. I don't know. And I don't think Brunson was quite finished with the way he was styling on the Pacers. Not quite yet. You got to hit him off with the complete Ewing package. Just utter dominance in the paint. Pacers don't want to get cooked badly in the paint. Brunson makes him pay on the rotations. As fourth quarter Burks came through, and he helped basically put the Knicks away. As fourth quarter Burks came through, knocking down 3 shots from long distance and helping the Knicks put the Pacers away. So the rest period in between game 4 and 5 proved to be vital for the Knicks, as they looked rejuvenated, led by the efforts of Isaiah Hartenstein and his offensive rebounding, which led the Knicks to take 29 more shots than the Pacers did throughout this game, as the relentless second chance opportunities eventually brought the Pacers down to their knees. The Knicks also did a great job of protecting the rim, as the Pacers struggled with that all game long. Jalen Brunson putting on a masterclass on countering no matter what the Pacers defense threw at him. He continuously made the right decisions. Deuce came through, being inserted into the starting lineup, providing the Knicks not only great defense on Halliburton, but just him seizing his opportunity to make timely shots. And speaking of timely shots, Alec Burks helped the Knicks put the game away in the fourth quarter. And in the last 3 games, he has definitely came through. Heading into game 6, the Knicks will have 2 days rest for the first time in this series. And it is to be expected for them to close out this Pacers team, as them having home court in game 6 does give them a slight advantage, but they will be facing mounting pressure as they have their backs against the wall facing elimination. But we'll see how it plays out. Great adjustment for Thibs, running Brunson through a lot of drag screens, and inserting Deuce into the starting lineup. But until next time, you fellas stay safe. Peace.